relationship between drug and device industries.
What we believe is that education
your
needs to be
doctor
developed
making a profit out of your healthcare.
The House of Delegates just voted to endorse the individual mandate on care. The individual mandate
may be a bitter pill for some drug companies, but when doctors receive free lunches, it's their patients who often pay the price.
Well, the resolution of COI, conflict of interest, is really pretty easy. If someone actually has a conflict on something that they're speaking about, they disclose it. And we make sure as much as possible, using peer review and other ways, that it's not a biased review or use or suggestion on those drugs.
Peer review of content is becoming even more important over time, not just to resolve conflicts of interest, but to ensure the validity of the content of continuing medical education.
One of the ways that we can address conflict of interest is by ensuring that the content meets a very high standard and demonstrates independence.
You try to have people who are experts in the field look at any program or any one speaker's presentation and look at that from peer review. Essentially, is this person focused on just one product that he has a conflict of interest in? Or is this person an expert in the field that understands all of the possible options and speaks about those in an unbiased or as possible, unbiased as possible way?
While ACCME lists peer review as one of the mechanisms to resolve conflict of interest, there's a difference between having the peer review take place internal to an organization or external to the organization.
There is a conflict of interest for someone in my own shop to go out and audit or monitor educational activities that we supported in the first place.
It's important because we need to make sure that all the content that we produce in a certified space is completely independent and without reproach and has no conflicts of interest and bias weaved into the content. And one way to do that, to ensure that that doesn't happen, is from experienced external review.
You can try using an internal review system, but there are not necessarily no conflicts involved between your internal staff and your internal reviewers with the activity.
I also think that independent review has demonstrated its value because the most important thing that it's offered is raising the bar in terms of the quality of the content that's being developed, and again ensuring the fact that that content is applicable to everyday practice and is really focused on improving patient outcomes.
ACCME has said that independent peer review by a non-conflicted expert in the field is in fact the best way to resolve conflict of interest.